All right, fellas, ladies, we are back with the Polish line. All right, so I had been away for a week. If I can watch the other videos and find out why, I'm not going to repeat it again. So I typically don't like to play anything below 5 anymore, and 5 is even a fucking drag anymore, because, yeah, whatever. So I free XP'd to the 25TP, which is the tier 5 medium tank in the Polish tree. The T20, the 25TP KSUST 2. Yeah, apparently. So, development of a medium tank, working designation 2025TP, started pulling in January 1937. Blah, blah, blah. Suggested 2 different types. We have one with 2 different versions of this vehicle. The second version featured a 50mm armor and improved power unit. Existed only in blueprints. That's it. Nothing spectacular. Blueprint tank. Yeah. What do we get in game? And surprisingly enough, and I'll be honest with you, I had the Pudel crew, so I was able to stick it into this fine machine. And surprisingly, it's not bad. I mean, if you look at it, you're going, this looks like something out of World War One, and then they put something off of a naval ship on there for the turret and gun. Yeah, it's kind of funky looking, right? That running gear. Oh wow, that's something that you seen on tractors in the 30s. You know, I don't know. I mean, yeah. So looking at it, you're going, fuck, this thing is going to be terrible. Surprisingly, it's not. 135 average damage per shot, 135 average penetration, 14.54 rate of fire, 4.13 second reload time. 53.42 for the traverse speed, and negative 10 degrees of gun depression, which is superb. 2.289 aim time, 0.35 dispersion, and 1963 average damage per minute. Of course, this is just a BIA crew, 100% with the BIA on it, so yeah, this is about what you're going to get. And I just run rammers and vents. It's a tier 5. I think it took me 14 games to get through the 22,000 XP I needed to get to the next tank. I free XP'd all the modules on it, so I just had to grind through the last whatever, which didn't take very long. So yeah, 14 games I had in this tank today. Not bad. I think it was averaging a little over 900 damage a game in it, and you know, most of the games I saw was at tier 7s. So yeah, not too shabby for what this is, and it's quick. I was surprised how fast this tank is. You know, for a tier 5, it gets out and moves very well. So 450 hit points, 45 on the hull, 80 on the turrets, and yeah, 50 on the side, 40 on the side, 35 in the rear, 45 on the rear. This turret is not something that you're going to have to rely on. Don't rely on it. It is a small target. You know, you will bounce some stuff off the gun mantlets, but for the most part, it's not easy. It's not very hard to pen this tank in the turret. Work to hill, you know, with the gun depression. Surprisingly snappy little gun. You know, it is, like I said, it's a tier 5, but yeah, I pulled off a lot of bullshit RNG shots with this thing just by poking and popping and pulling back, you know, with its quickness and whatnot. Mobility, 27 tons loaded, 18.67 for the specific power, 500 engine horsepower, 56 top speed, and it's not hard to get to that top speed. Like I said, surprisingly quick tank. I actually enjoyed playing this tank. For the most part, it did everything I wanted it to do for a tier 5 medium. 45.79 for the traverse speed. Concealments, once again, meh. 365 for the view range and 391 for the signal range. AP rounds, 135 pen. APCR rounds, 175 pen. And there's not too many things I ran into this where I needed to fire a little APCR round. That's just, yeah. But yeah, for the most part, being this is a tier 4 gun or a tier 6 gun with a 75mm, it's not too shabby. All the way around, I can't knock the tank. It was actually an enjoyable experience for once. Not terrible. I mean, yeah, I would rank it right up there for at least in tier 5, as good as, you know, the top tier 5 medium tanks. It is not too shabby. And of course, once again, you get the crew built up even more on this tank. It's just going to get better. If I ever decide to put a third piece of equipment on here, maybe get the dispersion down and get the aim time down and all that kind of stuff, and make it even even more fun. But for the most part, like I said, it looks like a mix of blend of old and new. I don't know what to say about the Dolly Partons in the front, but hey, it's Polish, and I won't go any further than that because I don't do Polish jokes. I do Irish jokes, French jokes, but no Polish jokes. So yeah, fun tank. I can't complain if you're going to get the tank. It does have an interesting 40 millimeter. If you do get a chance to use it, I used it for a couple games. It wasn't too bad. This 40 millimeter auto cannon right here, the penetration is pretty low, and same way with the dispersion, but for the most part, it did work out. I mean, especially when I would not recommend this if you're going, which of course is your every fucking game. When you see a lot of 7s, this thing fucking does nothing. However, against other tier 6s or tier 5s and 4s, it absolutely fucking wrecks tier 4s and 3. I should say just tier 4s. It absolutely wrecks them. However, the 75 millimeter on this thing is plenty adequate to dealing with most tanks you run into, all the way up to tier 7. I penetrated a Panther pretty easily from the front at range with this tank, so not too shabby. So yeah, you're going to enjoy I enjoy the tank. It plays like a real medium. I mean, with the speed and mobility of the tank, you can get around, you can move around. Yeah, very nice. So I'm going to bring up the gameplay for you to check out. I think I had a couple. Victory. Where do we go here? Oskin's medal. This one was actually not too bad. This was a it's 1,731 damage and a loss. It can put, I mean, it does have the DPM to do it. It does put out some pretty decent numbers. And I'm not sure. I think I got a couple of the games here I'll show you with this tank for lots of victories in there. I had a high caliber with the Live Oaks. That was actually a top tier match. Does really well against, I got a lot of medals in this thing for some reason today, and lots of bonds. I had fucking medals galore for some reason. Some of these I haven't seen in a long time, because it just it does its thing pretty well. So I'll bring up the gameplay for you guys, and you guys can check out this tank. All right, back with the first game. Actually, this was the very first game I had in this tank. And of course, since it's the very first game, you always get top tier, which is kind of beautiful, right? I hadn't taken out the training garage, or to the training room or nothing, so I had no idea what I was going to get into with this tank. Yeah, super surprised at its mobility and speed. I was thinking with that shitty old running gear that it had there, tracks and all that kind of stuff, this thing was going to be slow, but it wasn't. 50 plus kilometers an hour, just about everywhere you want to go. I was pleasantly surprised. So yeah, we're top tier medium, so we're going to go down here to the 9-0 line, because this is where I like to play, and I got a surprisingly large number of players with me, so this is actually going to work out pretty sweet. Heading over there, got a T67 on the other team, I believe, who is one of those T67 players. Yeah, but that's all right. We're on the run here. 820's moving in. PZ38NA. We're what the fuck is that? He can't even see over the ridge, folks. So we pull down in here, pick up the first shot on the 820. Yeah, I need to save this guy here. Pick up the second shot on the 820, finishes him off. Leaves me with the PZ38NA and a couple P26, a T67, and of course my 820 with me. That's all shot to shit. These guys are hanging back a little bit here. Pick up the P26, put a nice shell into him. Oh, there we go. There's a T67. I always like to fuck those up. Put a shell into him. Pick up here a nice snappy little gun on this thing. Works out pretty sweet here. So see what we can else do here. I finally get those guys to move up. I don't know if they fucking finally figured out, since I pushed them back far enough, that they can move up. Looking around. Come on, folks. We got to shoot something here, I hope, eventually. The turret, like I said, not real great at bouncing anything. You know, obviously with the P26 already pinned me pretty easily. Let's see here. Let's see if we can pick up the next shot on him. Pick up the P26, put a nice shell in him for 136. And we got the PC-38NA. Yep, there we go. Put a shell into him. Crit damage him. 67's knocked out here. And we'll finish him off for his second kill. Moving on. Like I said, at tier 5, it does pretty well. Definitely not going to complain about that. So we've won this line relatively easy. However, they're pushing toward cap. Now, a not so wise man would probably go balling over top of that, but there's at least an M3 Lee, a Martyr 38T, and most likely a T20, 25TP hanging out there. So we're just going to use our teammates here, especially some of these lights and mediums, and see if we can pick up something. So, looking around, still haven't found anything. And of course, the PZ-38NA stops next to me. Yeah. So, looking at the artillery, what are you going to do, buddy? And we'll just throw a shot out there, get the critical damage. Smith a little bit over 1,000. And this is a pretty easy high caliber match in this thing. Yeah, it is. I shouldn't say spectacular good for what it is, but it's not too fucking shabby. So, going that way ain't gonna get me any more damage. Let's get on the roll here. We're gonna head back over here to base, just by the odd chance that this shit goes to hell. Pick up the 38T. He's still hanging out there. Oh, aim. I mean, it is a fairly accurate gun. I mean, it does have little problems at range. Yeah. Pick up the Hetzer. Put one into him. Missed. I'm sorry. We missed that shit. Pick up another shell on him. There we go. 131. He's backing up. Where'd you go? There we go. Get the blind kill on the Hetzer. Puts me up a little bit shy of 1,300. Damage, and we got 2 tanks left. Like I said, first game out of the box, I was so fucking surprised how well this thing moves, and away we go. So we got the Lukes, PZ-34 is going back to die because, you know, 7 tanks, and I'm not really intentionally trying to come back here to help the artillery and try to save him. I'm just hoping to get into shot while he distracts the light tank, because yeah. This should be interesting. So move on up in here, see if I can get a shot in on the Lukes before time runs out. They're capping. I'm not terribly sure why. This is one of those points where it's just like, yeah, you know what? Let's fucking kill everything, but they don't do it. Can't pick up the Lukes. He's, yeah, somewhere in there. No cap. That's right. No cap, buddy. We don't want no cap. So move down in here, looking for our little light tank buddy. And there we go. We find him. He fucking appears out of nowhere. Put another nice shell onto him. Put me up to 1306, and I didn't get to finish him off. So I ended up with like 1,443 damage in the game. Not too shabby for out of the box. Never played it before. Pleasantly surprised with its gun handling and its mobility. So we got another one coming up for you guys. I think I probably have 3. I think. Give you an idea what this thing can do. All right, back with the second game, and we're on Murovanka. Yes, 357 matchmaker, you are a bitch. Which isn't, you know, whatever. This is still a pretty decent tank yet, even dealing with some of these 7s. Yeah, I do like the new changes they've made to at least the timer. You can tell your missions right off the bat. You can push N to get the missions, all that kind of stuff. Because typically I don't know what the fucking missions are that I'm currently on. No clue. So, off to the races. You know, and honestly, with this mobility and speed, it is better than at least a lot of these mediums I've played at tier 5. Yeah, it just gets out. Gets out and moves very well. Thought about putting some camo on it, but I'm like, yeah, you know, it doesn't take that many games to get through these tier 5 tanks. So, Jagdpanzer 4 is with me, SU-85. We got the guinea pig out in front with the M4 and a T-34. It should be interesting. You know, you never know what you're going to meet over here. It could be the whole fucking team, or it could be nobody. So we'll push on up in here and see what we find. M4 Shinji Yukari, he's moving up. That's great. I'm going to use him for a spotter, at least until we have an idea what the fuck is going on over here. So far, there's just a big blob of fucking red on the other side, so there's probably a better chance than not that that's where it looks to be most of the team here. So M4 has moved up. He hasn't got shot yet, so it's not looking too shabby. Yes, I know 890. They've all pushed to the side. However, put themselves in a nice position here for me to take advantage of that. We have not spotted anything over here, and they have a crap ton of tanks right here. So move on over. Yeah, let's see what we can find here. Find my first target here. I'm looking for the backside of some of these tanks here. Looking for the T-34S. Oh, didn't quite lead him good enough. Kind of a low velocity round, but hey, you know, whatever. Pick up the IK-65. Apparently there was a fucking rain barrel there. Can't believe it. Fucking finally killed it. Maybe I'll get this one in. Unreal. Finally get the shot into him. Get the don't get the kill, but hey, that's alright. T-34-100. He has no idea. Armor not penetrated. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Still not penetrated. Come on, let's see if we can get one more. There we go. Kill the T-34-100. And we're on the move here. So far it's sitting 4-1 right now, and they've clustered up into kind of a fucking fuck-all right here. My team is pushed completely south. However, that is not always the best idea in the world, pushing into that flat open spot. Finds the 25TP nastier habits. Yeah, we won't talk about names. So, they've cleared that out pretty well here, and I got the FE. And this is the guy I really want to shoot in the ass repeatedly because of the way he's sitting. So, 40 TP's moving up with me here, and we're just going to look for this cover right here. Find the ass end of the FE. There you go, buddy. What are you doing? All right, put the first round in there for 148. Now he knows he's getting shot, so he moves off. And most everything seems to be on the other side of the hill and not paying attention to what's going on here. So let's move on over here. Haven't been spotted by anything. And we got the bat. There we go. Now we got the ass end of the... Oh, I just never... Sometimes I can't figure out what the fuck is I'm not hitting. Right? Alright, so move up a little bit here. Run into the building here. We'll put a nice fucking fire on him. Drop him down 334 hit points off of him. Thank you. Thank you very much. And now we have the Wolverine and the 40 TP here. Oh, there we go. On the move. RNG says, there you go, buddy. So, put a shell into him. We got the PZ-4H off to the left here. See if we can move up. Oh, he gets fucking derped by the M4. Go figure. So, I'm not terribly sure what's over here, so we'll pull up in here. Find the Hellcat, put a shell into him. And there's the M4 and the IKV. And of course the 25 TPs over here somewhere. So, get a little bit of spotting damage. Oh, like I said, great tank at working ridges. I mean, this is what this thing does pretty well. Find the TVP, or the Skoda. Come on, where you at, buddy? Put a shell into him for 141. Ooh. So, it's still kind of one of those games where it could maybe possibly go either way. The Hellcat's still fucking alive, I don't know how. So I got a Skoda and IKV, and we're going to see if we can knock out nastier habits with my gun. Pull around the corner here. Oh, fucking armor not penetrated. Fuck you, Wargaming. And your bullshit's like it's like the mini KV-5. So, looking for the Skoda. He's fucking not paying attention. Really like to get a shell into him, but of course the IKV pulls over and puts a shell into me. However, Jagdpanzer IV goes, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. Charges in there, and I'll just pull up in here. Yeah, return the favor and nail him. Got the M4. Ooh, finish him off. And of course we have the Skoda still hiding in the back. Gonna get a shell into him before it ends. No, nope, don't finish him off. So a little bit over 1,300 and almost 1,400 damage with that blind, with some blind shots. So yeah, not too shabby game for this little tank. Last game. All right, last game. This game turned into an absolute fucking shit show. I mean, wow. So it's Paris, and yeah, yep. They get 2 KV2s. We get a T150 and a Cromwell and a fucking Dicker Max and an Ashhorn. Ho ho ho. Yeah, so 2 soft TDs, 1 medium. They get 2 KV2s, you know, because reasons, and a 3601. Go figure. Those two playing the KV2s got a fucking more games than they should in the KV2. So, but yeah, I didn't know that till after game, but still. You can only derp so much, fellas, right? So, off to the races here. I need to be a little bit more proactive here than yeah, I'm hoping the Type 64 will pick up something and see if we can do some damage here. Got a KV1S. He's got the derp gun. Fuck. And, of course, the T1 Heavy. Which is fine, I guess, against the KV2 here. So pull around the corner here. See if we can pick up anything on the corner. Type 64 hasn't found anything. KV1S is like, fuck, let's just push you out here in the open. And of course we find the Crusader. So I'm not really terribly sure. Nothing has been spotted with the Crusader. They're not interested in coming to the middle here. So I blind shot the push. Maybe. We'll see what happens. So we have 2, 4, 5 tanks out in fields. We have a fucking AFK BDR, of course we do. And away we go. Crusader's moved up, he's spotting all that shit over there. And like I said, the BDR is just, yeah. He's sleeping, taking a little nap here. The OI fucking one-shots the Stug 3G, so that pretty much, yep, we know where the Stug 3 is at. He apparently is in the field. So, Dicker Max finishes off their Stug. We're still 1-1 right now. Not too shabby. 25TP shows up here, and he's pushing along that line for some reason. So let's go give him a little hand here. He is shooting the ass ends of the Nashorn. Nashorn is... Actually, I'm not almost positive the Nashorn is not paying attention. He is just absolutely getting wrecked in that back corner. So around the corner we go. Apparently we need to do something here because this TVP is not doing anything. You just fucking noticed the red blip. I swear to God he did. So, I mean really, honestly, he just turned around. Funny. So, nail the TVP. Let's see if we can get him one more on the track. Put another one into him. Didn't quite finish him off. Cromwell finishes him off. And that's leading here with the Crusader. Now, I see the OI coming here. I'm not terribly sure here. I'm trying to give this Cromwell a little bit of help. Like I said, on hard ground, great mobility. Excuse me. And some pretty nice speed. So they finish off the Crusader, sitting 4-4. It's not looking too shabby here for the home team. So we're going to push down here and see what we can do. I was kind of hoping to get around here on the KV2s and put some shells into their rear. Find the KV2. Just can't quite get it to work for me. These are the biggest threats right now. These guys need to die. Put the first shell onto them for 119 and get fucking glow rolled. And of course, about that fucking time, the OI shows up. Thank you, fucking post in the middle of the courtyard that took that HE shell. Because, you know, reasons. Cromwell gets fucking smoked by the KV2. And which is interesting, the best way to deal with KV2s is once they fire, you fucking go, right? However, this doesn't work here because, you know, they're too busy playing polka up here with this plane. BDR finally shows up, and they're pushing the bottom. Sadly, this is not where I want to be, but they need some support because the KV2 just finished off the TVP. So the VK, he's being a fucking dick. We'll put a shell into him. The BDR and the KV1S are still hanging out there. The BDR pushed around the corner for some reason. It's got the Skoda T25T here. Switch to premium rounds because right now is not the fucking time to miss the shot. Put these shot in the KV2. These guys need to die. So, KV2 has fired and is not doing anything. Crusader is out in the open here. I got the, there we go. Can't quite finish him off. I don't know what the Crusader's up to here. It's not looking good. Finds the experimental here. Can't put a shell into him, but we'll put a couple more one more right there into his side. And we put another one into him just for shits and giggles. However, now my backside's somewhat exposed. We have the VK3001P, two KV2s, and a fucking Skoda versus us three. They have some good health, or we have some good health actually. It shouldn't do too bad. Unfortunately, the T1 Heavy is continually poking on that VK, so we're going to back up here and see if we can do anything. Yep, there we go. Finds the VK, and we're just going to put a couple more shells in there. Put another one into him. Can't quite finish him off. Switch back to regular rounds because I shouldn't have fucking wasted it on that tank, but yeah, you know what? Yeah. So we're looking here. That's about the time I noticed the 3001. Puts a shell into me. Critical damage me. Thank you, sir, for that shitty aim. Puts me up 1340. We are fucking down 8 to 12. However, we still have some heavy tanks here. We could make this work. We really, really could. Unfortunately, we need to end this relatively quickly. T67 comes around the corner. He's not paying attention. That's alright, buddy. We'll shoot you. Can't quite finish him off. AMX-12T shows up. Oh, I want to... Come on, buddy. Around the corner we come. No. He's going to play a little bit wide. So now it's a 2-on-1, or 2-on-a-bunch. And these two KV2s need to fucking go before to make this work here. So, looking, finds the Skoda T24. KV2s, I think, have fired. So, like I said, this is the time to, of course, finish it off. Finds the KV2, first KV2, put a shell into him. That KV2 fired, put a shell into him, and we're down 2 to 1, or 2 to 4. Pretty good chance here. Picks up the AMX, and I fucking donked his shot. He bounces it. Shit. And game goes to hell. So, about 1700 damage, 17 something. I showed that one in the garage. So, yeah, it has the potential to do pretty well. You know, of course, it's entirely up to you how you play the tank. So, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good night.